Do you have a lot of abandoned drawings that you feel guilty about? Stop deleting them. Those failed projects are actually holding the missing keys to your artistic style. Today I'm sharing 7 specific times I gave up on an illustration, not to show you my failures, but to show you what I learned so you can stop these same traps from killing your creative flow. Let's turn those unfinished illustrations into your best growth tool. Take this sort of cake recipe illustration. I like baking healthy sweets, and I loved the idea of turning my favorite sweets into a visual art. I started this with so much excitement, but I got lost along the way because I was trying to render every single ingredient with perfect shading and tiny details. I thought that was a good artist does, right? But honestly, I didn't have 5 hours to sit here and draw at once. And I've tried twice, but I ended up just stopping. What was the lesson? Well, my ambition was bigger than my schedule. Now I know that if I can't finish it in 1 or 2 busy person sessions, I need to simplify the details before I start. It's not about doing less, it's about being smarter with my time. Next, look at this. My attempts at an overhead beach view and this Miami Art Deco hotel. I'm obsessed with the way these look online. They are so clean and geometric, and I really wanted that vibe in my gallery. But as soon as I started drawing them, it felt like such a chore. I was trying to force my hands to draw straight, rigid lines that just aren't me. And I realized something important. Just because you love looking at a style doesn't mean you have to be the one to produce it. Treating this as a tasting season saved me so much frustration. I ditched both of these illustrations, and it was the best choice. It taught me exactly what it doesn't belong in my creative process and workflow. Then there is my realism trap. I saw this gorgeous window on the Black Sea and this vibrant frangipani flower in Costa Rica, and I thought I need to draw this exactly as they are. I spent hours trying to get the petals and colors just right. It was so intimidating. I felt like I was failing at every stroke. For example, here in the window illustration, I was pretty intimidated by those flowers. I felt like I am not able to draw this perfectly and realistically, and this is why I ditched this particular illustration. But then it hit me. I'm an illustrator, not a photocopier. My style is stylized, not hyper-realistic. And if you find yourself holding your breath and shaking while you draw, just stop. Flip the switch to stylized mode. It's way more fun, and let's be honest, it's much more us. And if you find this video helpful so far, be sure to subscribe for my channel. It means a lot. You know those starter pack trends that blow up on Instagram, right? I tried to jump on one last year. I've got this sketch down, and I was thinking like, okay, I'm going to finish it later just because life happened. And by the time I came back to it, the trend was totally dead. I realized I was just trying to write a wave that didn't match my personal time and schedule, and honestly, maybe my style. And my advice here is just don't fall for it. Trends move fast, but your identity as an artist is for the long haul. Unless you can finish it right now, you can just skip the trend. Focus on art that you still care about next year, for example. I still love this sketch of a girl with a bubble gum so much, but I could never bring myself to color it because I started doing it and I just feel like there is something pretty off with it. It's just a headshot, and because it's so close to the camera, I felt like I had to handle all these complex skin tones and shadows, so it felt like way too much pressure. I learned that when you're just starting to grow your confidence, it's totally okay to draw full body or smaller figures, for example. You can focus on the shape and the energy without getting paralyzed by the detail of a face or arms or legs, whatever it might be. If you love your sketch, you can just keep it as a sketch. It doesn't always need to be a rendered painting to be successful or something that you like. Here the case is the same with that guy. I just created the sketch and I felt like there is no way of me creating a final illustration out of it, so I just left it as it is, and I really feel like it was a great exercise, and that's it. Check out this pigeon postman. I hated this composition because it's pretty static, although I've created it and at first I liked it, but when I looked at it a bit more, it really felt so static and I could have forced it, but instead I just used this sketch as a raw draft. I took the idea and turned it into a new flying pigeon that I actually love. See, if a composition feels off, you don't have to burn the whole house down. Just use the bad sketch as a stepping stone. It wasn't wasted time, it was just the first necessary step toward the version that actually worked. And finally, my still life struggle. I felt at this Prague Street scene on my iPad, although I've already tried in an airplane once and it didn't look so bad. Somehow I felt intimidated and frustrated because of the details of all the buildings, so I kinda ditched the illustration for now, but I kept practicing in my physical notebook. Here is my first sketch of that type. Then I drew those buildings, still not that accurate though. And then finally that illustration happened to be something I really like. That last one finally clicked. The lesson here is simple. If the project fails, don't stop practicing the skill. Keep showing up. Every bad sketch is just you paying your dues until you hit that breakthrough moment. You don't have to finish every single thing you start. If you learn something about your style, your process, or your limitations, the drawing served its purpose. Which one of these traps do you think you're falling into right now? Let me know in the comments and let's figure out how to get you back to the drawing. If you find this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more art-related videos in the future. Thank you very much for spending the time with me and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye!